guys, this is Malinki. Welcome back to my channel Voice of Malinki. Today we will talk about community ecology. And if you are new in my channel, please subscribe my channel. And if you like my video, please do like, comment and share my video. In ecology, a community is a group of populations of two or more different species occupying the same geographical area and interacting with each other at the same time. For example, plants and animals in a particular forest constitute a community. So, suppose this is the forest. So, here we have some plants, we have some animals. They make the forest community. Let's talk about types of community. So, there are two types of community such as major community and minor community. Okay. So, a major community is self-regulating and able to sustain itself. It is generally independent of other communities. For example, a forest is a major community. See, a forest itself contains many plants, animals, microorganisms and different abiotic factors like sunlight, water, soil, etc. So, a forest has everything it requires, right? So, it is not dependent on any other forest or so. So, a forest is a major community. Minor community. Minor communities make up a major community. So, they are not individually self-sustaining and rely on interactions with other communities. For example, plant community, animal community, microbial community, they are different types of minor communities which altogether make up a forest community. Here, plant community is dependent on animal community and animal community is dependent on plant community. Like that, they are not self-sufficient, they need each other for their survival. Let's talk about the characteristics of community. So, a community has the following characteristics. First is trophic organization. So, each organism within a community can be labeled by the specific trophic label, which is based on the nutrition it acquires. So, we can label each organism on the basis of what it eats. This could be of three types such as producers, consumers and decomposers. So, producers are autotrophs who undergo photosynthesis and manufacture their own food. Consumers are heterotrophs who obtain their food from other organisms. Primary consumers are herbivores who eat plant materials. Secondary and tertiary consumers are carnivores and omnivores. So, they eat other animals. Decomposers are also heterotrophs who consume dead plant and animal bodies. In a forest community, plants are autotrophs, mice are primary consumers who are eaten by secondary consumers such as snakes. Eagles are tertiary consumers who kill snakes. The dead body of all of them are decomposed by microorganisms. Next is dominance. So, usually a community is dominated by one or more species who are more in number, having greater size or having more impactful activities. Such species are called dominant, and the name of the community is occasionally based after them. For example, Rocky Mountain maple forest. The forest is dominated by maple trees. Since these trees are huge in number and they are very large and they provide a major biomass. Next is community structure. So, a community structure can be described by determining its species richness and diversity. A total number of species is called species richness, and the number of different species present along with the abundance in a community is called species diversity. Here we have two communities, community 1 and community 2. In community 1, we have plant, deer, owl and insect. So, 4 types of species we have. So, the species richness is 4. In community 2, again we have same 4 types of species. So, again species richness is 4. So, in both of them species richness is same. But in community 1, deer and plants are abundant. Only 1 insect and 1 owl is present. But in community 2, we are getting 3 plants, 3 insects, 3 owls and 3 deer. Right? That means the diversity is high in community 2. Next is succession. Succession is the series of steady and gradual changes in the species composition of a given area with respect to the changing environment over time. So, we have already talked about succession in the previous lecture. If you want to see that lecture, I am providing the link in the description box. Next is stratification. So, vertical distribution of various species in different layers is called stratification. For example, in the forest community, trees are present at the top level. So, we can write like that, trees 1, and it is followed by shrubs. So, it is number 2, and then grasses at the bottom. So, we can number them 3. So, like that. Next is ecotone, and ecotone is a transitional zone or junction zone that acts as a boundary between 2 communities. Suppose here we have a forest and here we have a lake just beside the forest. So, this boundary between the forest and lake is called ecotone. Again, we have already talked about ecotone in detail in the previous lecture. You can check the lecture. I am providing the link here. Next is ecological niche. The ecological niche states that how a species interacts within a community. For example, in a forest community, what a deer eats, who eats it, how does it move, and its range of movement, etc. constitute the ecological niche of a deer. Next is interdependence. So each organism of a community is dependent on other organisms. Species interact in various ways such as competition, predation, parasitism, mutualism and commensalism. This we will continue in the next lecture.